Alrighty, we are now in the master suite, doing the master bath. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here with the water closets, toilets, if you will. We have two of them on this floor that we need to do. And so what we're going to do is go architecture, and we're going to go component, and we're going to first see if we have one. And I'm sure we do. There's a toilet. Now, when you place plumbing fixtures, if it says 2D, you will not see it in the 3D models. So make sure you use 3D components when you can. And here in the master, again, spacebar rotates. And we have some rules on where plumbing fixtures go. So I'm just going to place it for right now, and then we'll adjust it. So the water closet itself, what the symbol does not show is the lid that is on the back of the tank. So when we move this to the wall, you need to leave 2 inches. And that gets that cover plate over there so that you can work on the toilet if you need to. Now we have a dimension that goes from the center of the bowl to the wall, and that one here is 3'2" in this case, and then move that to the opposite wall. So from the nearest wall, you need that to be between 15 and 18 inches. And I typically would do the 18, primarily because it's just a little more room to work on it. If you ever have to work on a water closet and change it out, you need some room to get back in these corners to move your wrenches and pipes around. So this just allows all that to happen and take place, and that places our water closet. So now we're going to do the other one, which is over here in our powder room. So we'll go ahead and do our component again, bring that one in. And we do have a sink. So this section is on the wall in this orientation. So once we place it, we go and adjust it. And so here I'm going to do again 1.5 feet. And this is to be 2 inches. And that places that. Okay, now, bathroom is required in all homes. Because of that, you're also required to have a sink. So let's go ahead and put the vanity in. So that is a component. We can go all the way down to the bottom and find our vanities. TUV. And I am not seeing a vanity in here. So no worries. We are going to go to our library. Load. Go back out of shelving into base cabinets. Then go all the way down to vanities. And we want just a simple sink vanity is kind of what we're looking for here. And that one right there will do. And so then I'll open that one up. And this is just a 24-inch one, so it's not very large. So let's start with that and see how that fits. And we can probably go larger. So we'll then go back in and go with let's go with a 36-inch, see what that does. Rotate that around. And we go ahead and place that. So I just usually place it and then I position it. Excuse me. So modify, align tool, start the wall. Whoops, wrong way. Move the wall instead of the water closet. And not a big deal. That happens. Mistakes are cool. Get the right line. And again, now we use the exact same process we did before with our countertop. And we already have that set. So we'll go architecture component. And we're going to do countertop. Bring that in, rotate that around. Put that right in the corner. And adjust the. Now this one is what we use for the kitchen. Unfortunately, the sinks that I have loaded for your restrooms are not easy to work with. So I'm going to undo that, take that one out, and I'm going to adjust this as well, because right now that is a 36. Anytime I can get a little bit more room in there, I'm going to try and bump that up. So I'm just going to keep going until I have a little bit more to work with. And then go back into components, edit type, and load. And we go into the countertop area, down to vanities, and I want to choose either round or a square hole. I'm kind of always had round sinks, so I'll use that one. It's kind of what I've always used. Rotate it around. Place this in where it's supposed to be. Now at this point I'm going to adjust the size. So again, then move it over just a wee bit. And I'm going to pull this line up. Now, the one in the middle here works the location of the circle. So I'm going to center that. Then I'm going to go into components. And we're going to do a sink search. And there is my bathroom vanity round. Rotate that. Find the midpoint. And place that. And we'll just do a quick look at 3D and see where we're at here. Do a little bit more tilt. And looks good. So now I need to do the same in the master. So this one's a little more complicated. And what I'm going to do is cheat a little bit. Then go modify, copy, come in here really close so I can control my window. Finish that selection, grab a corner, and take this all the way over and place it so it's already there. And we were putting in a double sink on this, so now that it's here, I can go in and do some changes. So I'm going to stretch that out a little bit. And I might even move it. And I did not get the vanity. How nice is that? The vanity didn't come with it. So copy that over. And I'll just use the same base point. Because if I use the same base point from there to the other one, they'll line up again. There we go. Except I'm going to make this as big as I can. There's quite a bit of room here. Not a tremendous amount, but there's quite a bit. And 42 is pretty decent. But I'm going to go up to 48, I guess. Good old 48 inches, 4 feet. Now I got to move everything. So we're going to do our move. And use Control key to select more than one thing. Then arrow this one down if I can, but I think I got to finish. We'll grab that corner, go that corner. And there's a little counter in the side. I am going to leave that. That's a dressing table for a chair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this over, which is kind of cool. So take that, finish. I'm going to mirror it from, say, here. Because I'm going to find I'm going to need to adjust these sizes, unfortunately. So this guy, I'm going to have to go back to 36. Which is okay, because it'll work out. We'll see how that's going to change here. And this one to 36. We'll use our line tool. So this design on the fly takes a little bit of practice, but you'll find it's pretty resourceful. And it works pretty good. We'll do a move. Finish. If I get in there, I can get the exact center and move it to the center, hopefully. where that's supposed to be right there. And usually I don't do a lot of double sinks anymore. People just seem to not really use them the same way. All right, I'm going to take this guy here and see if I can get this dimension to be a little more adjustable for what I want. And I'm going to do, so 3 feet, I'm going to do 2.5 feet there. That should leave enough room for that tub. Move our sink. Move our basin here. And we'll do a move into that end point right there. Stretch the size down. Check the circle locations. And the same here. And we'll just do a line here real quick. Now, not sure why that didn't move. That's a little problematic. It's actually a lot problematic here. Let's go look in 3D what I've done there. So it looks like I broke it. And I kind of did. Okay. So delete that out. Go back and fix it with a copy. From there to there. And an extra one, so I'll take that out. All right, now in order for this to become really what is looked at there, I need another basin in there. In order this is for a dressing table, it's just basically another countertop. All I'm going to do is take each of these and stretch them so they come together, like so. And that will constitute my dressing table. Okay, so that takes care of that. Let's do a shower next. Architecture, component. We have to go pull these in. So showers and stuff like that are in plumbing. And so I'm going to go find the plumbing folder. And I'm going to use the MEP, which is mechanical engineering, or excuse me, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. There's also architectural, just as aesthetically, but the mechanical is a little more robust. But we'll look at the architecture first. Look at fixtures, showers, and these are 2D. So if I put it in, I'm not going to see it in 3D. But if I go back and go MEP, fixtures, showers, there's a lot to choose from here in your library. And for the shower that I'm going to use here, I'm going to use the shower stall with a sink. I'm going to open that up. Okay. And this is going to sit right in here. And then I'm going to adjust the size. That's what I'm going to do to it, so it matches what I need it to be. So right now there's a bench in here. I'm going to do a little measurement. And from there to there across the back, it's at 4'7.5". So I'm going to go here. And that's, look at the edit, the type, and 4 foot, we'll add, whoops, we'll add 7.5 inches to that. Apply. Now, if you hit apply and you pull this over, you can see the change happen if you're quite questioning things. And now I'm going to align that in there. So I'm going to do align. And it's a pretty good fit once I get it exactly right. And pull it to the... Now I want the depth. If I measure this shower, it is 3 feet. So I'm going to go in and adjust that a little bit more. And I'm not worried about redoing this, but I want 3'6", just a little bit more elbow room in there. Apply and OK. And then we align that. And so there's the shower, just that quick, that easy. And I'm now questioning my choices for our wonderful little garden tub. So I may adjust this sink situation a little bit, just fine. Back to architecture, component, edit type, load. And we're going to leave the showers and we're going to go to tubs, bathtubs. And there are various ones in here. I don't know. There's a bunch of choices as what you could do and not do. Kind of have to get a feel for those. Sometimes less is more in a lot of ways, but I don't know. Kind of go through and see which ones you like. Some are better than others for sure, and some load better. It just really depends on what you want to do with your design. And I think, oh boy, this is where it gets a little slowed down as you try to make choices. And let's try this one here. I haven't used this one for a while. We'll upgrade it. So it always has to update because some of these components are made on version like 11, but they still work. All right, so here is a tub, and let's put that there, and I'll see what I want to adjust on it. All right, so we click on the tub and we look and see if it's adjustable. And when we look in here, it is not. So one of the things that happens if you use, like this case, it's a Collier, they have locked the sizes, so you cannot change it. It's a factory one. I'll actually take that one out and go find another one real quick. Primarily because I want a little bit wider tub. And that's kind of tricky sometimes. And I might just end up going with typically what I do is I just get one of these good old bear claw tubs and adjust those. And because it's just a symbol, I'm not really, actually that one should work there. Open that one. Yeah. All right. So this one's a little bit on the narrow side. The faucet and the drain are on the same side. So I want to put that kind of where it makes sense. I'm going to rotate this around so all the plumbing's on one wall. And it will fit in there, barely. But I want to see what else I can do to this. So I'm going to select that tub, go and edit type. And the tub width is 3 feet. I'm going to go 6 inches more on that. And apply that. And so it's a little bit wider now, which means I'm going to probably, I am definitely going to move sinks around, which is fine. So let's align this in there. Let's start with the wall here. And then the back wall. And then I'm going to align the base cabinet. Like so. There's still a little bit of a changing table space for there if I choose. But again, that's kind of up to you as you want that to be. And then move the sink a little bit. Find that and go to the midpoint. Okay, so we still have our sink there. The length on this, let's go look at the length. So our width, we now have at 3.6. The length on this is 5. I'm just going to make it 6.6. Tubs you can order just about any size you want. And I just kind of like a little longer. It is not nearly as large as what they're showing there. And that's fine. I'm going to show how I'm going to fix that. Right here, I'm going to put in a cabinet. So I'm going to go architecture, component, edit type, load, and then go back to our cabinets, so our casework. And I'm going to put in a tall cabinet. And I am just going to go a kind of a linen down a closet there. Just kind of small. Nothing too big. Try this one here. Hit OK. It's updating. And we'll hit OK. And that is tiny, tiny. Very tiny. It's only 12 inches deep. So we're going to rotate that around. Probably going to use a different one, I think. And get some a little bit more robust. Try just this, for example. And again, you can change these. Put that in there. Take this one out. And find the difference in these. So if I measure that, it's probably going to be a 6-inch difference. But let's get things aligned right. And then measure. Measure twice, change 5 inches. So yeah, if I take this tub and if I make that 6'1", and apply that, then I've got a little bit of the linen built in for that. And so that works for that layout. And we have that. We just need our laundry to put in there. So let's go and do that real quick. Architecture component. And I'm going to do a washer. And there's a washer. We're going to bring that in, save our work. And we got 2 laundries in this. So I'm going to rotate this around. And this one's going to go here. And then we've got another one coming over here. And then we then go to dryer. And we'll put a dryer here. And we'll put another one over here. And I'll have to position those a little bit better and get that in place. So get everything aligned now so it fits correctly. So then take that. And that. And there we go. So that's good there. And again, you might want a little bit of room in the back. I'm not too worried about these because those plugs can be up high above and they do get adjusted quite a bit. And then we'll line this one up. And so there's that. And then we just have to put some countertops in here and some base cabinets. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. And I'll show you my results on the next video as we kind of finalize this one. I guess I can throw those in real quick with you real fast. We're going back to our base cabinets that I've been using. I like them a little taller in the laundry room just because it makes it easier for using them for folding and working on. So I'm going to use some 36ers. We'll put one there and one there and one there, one there. Put a couple of those in there like that because I want to get a sink in there as well. And so cancel that. Door swings open. We line everything up, back to your line tool. Now you could put upper cabinets in this as well if you'd like. It just depends on what style you want everything to be and how you want it to look. That's really kind of where you're going to have a little more design say on things now. And that's kind of a cool thing to do, is for me to say fix it and do it yourself. I like that a lot. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a problem here on this one, and I'll explain that. So we start to line these up. I can't have them overlap like this, so this has got to be smaller, but that's okay. And I got to get a sink one in there. And kind of work that out here in just a second. So just got a little bit of design work on this. All right, so we get measure, find out what I need. So I need to remove 8 inches. That's 36. So let's go, we'll go 30. That's still not enough. I have to go 24. Okay, and then we'll realign. So there'll be a little bit of space here, which is fine. Let's go back into our plumbing real quick. So trying to get to where you find everything you want, you start learning to jump around, look fast, and find what you need. And once you get more familiar with it, the faster you go. And we then go into fixtures again, sinks. And I want a utility sink. Now, this is more commercial, but they work really, really well residentially. So this is stick this in here and between, because it allows you to do things like dye your clothes and things along that nature. So we'll do some aligning. And we're just a little bit off there, but that's okay. We can change this one. And we'll take 6 inches off of that. And we'll align this way. And we'll go this way. I'm just going to move that sink just a little bit. And just because I don't know exactly what size it'll end up being. And then I'd put countertops over these. And we've done, on this case, I'm going to use the L shape. So I'll use component. Trying to fish it. Keep wanting to say, I'm just going to let you do this, but and I should. It's just let you figure it out. But we use these countertops and I come down to the L shapes. They're just quick and easy. So we'll just take this one and put it there. And this guy will flip around and put right there. And then we'll start adjusting things. So this one's going to slide back. This one's going to slide up here. I'm going to come down to this one. Slide to there. Slide to there. And there is the laundry room. All done. Ready to go. Alrighty, folks. Yay. Congratulations. Next, we'll start our foundation for our basement, so we can put the stair in, and we'll go from there. All right, go ahead and get that all caught up and done, and we'll see you on the next one.